Today we'll be looking at more LEGO sets that will make you stop and say, wow, that's super clever. Coming hot off the starting line today, it's the Speed Champions McLaren Elva set from 2021. Overall, this 263-piece set is a sleek design, but surprisingly, the most interesting part of this speedster can only be seen from the back of the build. Checking out step 26 in the instructions, we're asked to build the tail lights for the car. Well, it turns out that these are created using axe blades. Yup, that's right, translucent red axe heads. But this isn't the only set from this theme to sneak in something a little edgy. The Koenigsegg Jesko set also features some hidden blades. Specifically, step 53 calls for one of these minifigure cleavers in lime green. Quite an odd and rare color for this blade to come in. On the topic of cars though, it seems that LEGO has been stashing weapons in these builds for quite some time. You see, going all the way back to 2015's Ferrari F40 creator set, you can find another example of LEGO using a weapon in a car build. Specifically looking at the engine block, you can clearly see 4 LEGO revolver pieces used on each side. Now that is a truly powerful engine. However, it's not just LEGO supercars that have made clever use of rare parts. I mean, just check out Ninjago's Thunder Raider. This one's actually kind of funny because of the unexpected piece that the LEGO designer cleverly included. In steps 44 and 45, 4 of these somewhat rare transparent blue popsicle pieces add a fantasy sci-fi look to the engine of this vehicle. While we're visiting the realm of the Ninja though, we have to take a quick stop at the Ninjago City Market set. The Ninjago modulars are some of the most impressively detailed sets that LEGO has ever released, and no matter how many times I look at them, I always find something new. Keeping on the theme of weapons where they shouldn't be, this set manages to hide them everywhere. I'm not joking. The roof of the ice cream shop is nothing but black cleavers. These plants are nothing more than several green swords, and this tree has branches made from submachine guns. Geez, that's a lot of firepower, but luckily it's not all weapons around the town. This roof section is made from several unprinted video game controllers, while this rock is nothing more than a gray minifigure beanie. Pretty cool. However, it's not just the heroes who can be clever, because the Crystal King himself has more than a few tricks up his sleeve. I dare you to look at this fearsome foe directly in the eyes without laughing. If you try to get up close and personal with this evil monarch, you'll notice that his eyes are nothing more than unique pink cow horns, and above them, yep, that's a black sausage, giving this guy a bushy unibrow. That makes him certainly a lot less menacing, don't you think? It turns out that using sausages as eyebrows in LEGO sets is actually far more common than you may think. I've touched on this technique in other videos from this series, but it comes up so often that I need to mention it again here. To see what I mean, let's turn to one of my all-time favorite sets, 2019's Welcome to Apocalypseburg. This set is just packed with fantastic details, and I've covered many of them before, but someone recently pointed out the eyebrows. Yup, they're sand green sausages. Now, while sausages are pretty common pieces in LEGO in general, this sand green color is only appeared in 6 sets, specifically for this piece. And well, one of the others, it's the Thunder Raider. Yeah. However, in this set, it's actually used for a hot dog. Certainly not the most appetizing color for meat, if I'm being honest. Now, this isn't the only time that LEGO has snuck in a weird piece, because the Statue of Liberty has quite the clever trick. Both the Statue of Liberty from the architecture line and the Brickhead's Lady Liberty sets use this rare golden minifigure wig piece to represent the iconic flame atop the torch. While it may be the perfect scale for these builds, when we got the Statue of Liberty minifigure, LEGO wisely chose just a standard flame piece. And if you're enjoying this video thus far, please take a couple seconds to click subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, the LEGO Friends theme is always under the radar and doesn't get mentioned that much, but they've been doing some very clever things over there for a bit now. Case in point is the Botanical Garden set, which features a few interesting part uses. The LEGO Botanical line is full of amazingly creative uses for parts, and this garden, however, is no exception. This set makes use of sand green claws as bushes, as well as a broom and horn as a flower petal. In the same picture, you can also see these set-exclusive red hedgehog shoulders standing in for a spiky plant. Here we also get a treat with some green minifigure paint palettes being used as lily pads, in addition to these eggshells playing the role of flowers. That's just genius. Plus, we've gotten this mini bonsai tree before, which perfectly recreates the iconic Lego set, all the way down to the pink frogs as flowers. But they've also managed to use these green fur collars to look like an even smaller version. Similarly, this bush in front of Emma's art school is nothing more than a minifigure afro that's been dyed green. Super simple, yet super awesome. Now moving on to what might be the most recognizable cartoon characters ever made, Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Released in 2020, this 1,739-piece set is the perfect addition to any collection of cartoon collectibles. Overall though, this build is pretty straightforward without anything too wild going on. However, there is one amazing little detail that I wanted to point out: the nose. It turns out that both Mickey and Minnie's noses are actually blank black minifigure heads with black minifigure space helmets atop. In fact, minifigure heads are incredibly versatile and have been used as everything from light bulbs to fish bowls. But there's one creative use that's truly out of this world: this translucent blue Minecraft Steve head. So far, this piece has only ever appeared in 3 sets: Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper, Thor's Hammer, and the Sanctum Sanctorum. In each of these builds, this piece was used to represent the same thing, the Tesseract. It's quite a magnificent piece. Another small but neat little construction can be found in a few of the Ghostbusters sets, specifically the Firehouse Headquarters and the Ecto 1 and 2. The Ghostbusters' most important tool is unquestionably the Proton Pack, and each of our heroes here is outfitted with a very cleverly built little backpack. Honestly, I'd love to see more stuff like this in LEGO sets. Coming back to guns in very weird places though, let's take a look at the legs of the turret in the Snowtrooper Battle Pack. 3 guns serving as a tripod. I guess if these guys ever need a little bit of backup, they can always salvage the turret for parts. These clever designs really make me appreciate what LEGO designers do, and if you know of any genius LEGO sets, let me know with a comment. I'll be reading all of them. In that same galaxy far, far away though, the Emperor's Throne Room diorama set has a couple of genius little solutions, most notable of which has got to be the giant window behind the Emperor. Making anything round in LEGO always presents a challenge, but the designers here did an incredible job, especially considering that it only uses one actual round piece. The main structure is built out of several rectangular windows attached to 2 Technic hoses of different lengths. The end result is a nearly perfectly round window that really does look just like the film. But there's an even smaller detail hidden under the floor of this set. If you remove a few tiles from the floor, you can find a convenient place to store Palpatine's Force Lightning, meaning that you can recreate any scene from the legendary setting. Awesome. While we're out among the stars though, the Galaxy Explorer is the perfect vessel for getting where you need to go. One clever little detail in this set can be found near the rear of the ship. The white arrows are actually tiles that have been slipped in behind a well-designed gap to create a great image. If you open up the back of the ship, you'll also get access to the airlock, which features a really cool door that slides back and forth. Also, if you extend the landing pad, the rover drives itself out and off on another adventure. Now, for the most part, LEGO are purely analog toys. Sure, there are some apps and some game tie-ins, but with the exception of Mindstorms and a few of the largest sets, LEGO is strictly a no batteries required sort of thing. But every now and then, LEGO gives us something just a little bit special, a literal light in the darkness. For example, 2 versions of Hagrid's hut have included a small yellow light brick that lights up his fireplace to give his cabin a warm, homey glow. Likewise, the LEGO Ninjago Lighthouse Siege and the Creator Lighthouse Point have the same brick in a significantly more functional role. The massive motorized lighthouse takes this a step further by putting in multiple lights. I personally love the addition of light bricks in LEGO sets. They're quite rare, so it's always a fun treat. However, I've got to say that the best use of a light brick can be found in 2017's Ultimate Batmobile set. While this set includes a car, a jet, a bike, and a tank, none of those have any lights. The magic in this set comes from the Bat Signal sub-build. This section includes a clear dome with the unmistakable Batman logo and a small light behind it, so you can summon the Caped Crusader whenever you need him. If you've come across any clever LEGO sets, comment them below. Click here to see more genius LEGO sets, and don't forget to quickly tap subscribe so you don't miss my next video.